As our civic election on October 21st fast approaches, I wanted to take a moment to thank the thousands of citizens in Ward 2 who have spent time with me on their doorsteps over the last few months. Almost every night after work and every weekend, I have so enjoyed meeting you, learning from your experience and wisdom, listening to your ideas, your concerns, and your realities. I have sat with many of you on your front steps. I believe in a system of democracy whereby the people you elect are working for you and are being your representative voice. I am committed to being that voice. I believe it is time for Edmonton to refocus on some of the basics. A solid foundation for our future, for our businesses and our neighborhoods is a must. Right now, I feel that some of our key infrastructure, including things that keep people and product moving and which are key to our economic engine, need attention. Simple things like roads, sewers, drainage, transit. Someone asked me if I felt that our investments in those areas fall short in comparison to others. While I have not yet run budget comparisons, I do know the reality staring us all in the face, and that is the roads I've driven on, the sidewalks I have walked on, and the people I have spoken to with raw sewage in their basements after the most recent storm. I have also seen neighborhood parks in need of repair, and homelessness and societal need are very real. I am concerned about our city's finances. I do believe in the careful and respectful spending of your hard-earned dollars. No, we are not Detroit. Yes, we do have a debt burden accumulating, which concerns me. While I believe in responsible borrowing in order to make the right investments in our future, we must be careful not to hamstring that same future with excessive debt burdens or by overtaxing our businesses or citizens. Do we have a spending problem or a revenue problem, or do we perhaps have both? Let's find out. I wholeheartedly support our business community. Each and every one of them is important. They are also employers. As we approach October 21st, take a moment to consider what you, the citizens of Edmonton, own, what you should take absolute pride in. Let's take a look. You own water treatment facilities. And you help build infrastructure which keeps our people and products moving. And your dollars support our Edmonton Police Service, people who work hard on your behalf every day. And you, the citizens of Edmonton, care about our environment and the responsible management of our waste. And we, the citizens of Edmonton, we own EPCOR. Not quite sure why we're charging ourselves so much, but maybe that's a conversation for another day. And you, the citizens of Edmonton, also own our LRT and our Edmonton Transit Service. And you, the citizens of Edmonton, own fire halls. And your tax dollars help build recreation facilities across the entire city. You own this as well. There is a finite amount of land in our river valley that is located outside of the 100-year floodplain. It is yours and it belongs to you. Let's treasure it and let's plan its future carefully, not just for us, but for future generations as well. All the citizens of Edmonton own this. City Hall. The people that work here work for you. They are on your payroll. I met many people on their doorsteps this summer from all walks of life. Teachers, transit drivers, nurses, designers, engineers, accountants. I met environmentalists, drainage workers, and postal workers and road maintenance experts. I met city planners, writers, fast food cooks, truck drivers, IT experts, property managers, museum curators, lawyers, architects, and pilots. I met retired people, I met babies, I met stay-at-home parents, I met people from all ethnicities. I also met a lot of dogs. I also met people who work for the city of Edmonton, and they said to me, one said to me, "I'd be glad to work for you." And I said, "You're a citizen. I'd be glad to work for you." This, our municipal seat of government, is home to the voices and ideas of all of you. Your elected representatives need to be your collective, thoughtful, and engaged voice. They also need to engage you. So what does the word vision mean to you? Does Vision include thinking about securing our long-term food and clean water supplies for future generations, especially in the face of global warming. Does your definition of clean water exclude fluoride? Or do you believe that fluoride is one of the most cost-effective public health policies ever devised? Is that a discussion that you think needs to occur? Should it require a plebiscite in order just to have the conversation? You tell me. We are home to great community leagues, community parks. We help support the arts, housing projects, social services, sports, seniors. We invest in multiculturalism. There are a lot of people doing a lot of really great work in this city. In other words, we have a lot to be proud of. Your elected representatives need to balance and understand the realities of business owners and the personal realities of its citizens. They will need to work on solving, minimizing, explaining, and bridging the disconnects. Any disconnects between your priorities and those being driven by City Council, between the financial pressures being placed on the city and the financial pressures being placed on your pocketbook. We need to solve our apparent inability to borrow $500 million so as to invest in our own long-term infrastructure and future, the Southeast LRT, for example, without it meaning an immediate 3% property tax hike. We need to solve the disconnect between rising property taxes and people's ability to pay. We have to be open to having the discussion and looking for a solution. We need to find a balance between our focus on residential land development versus industrial land development while giving consideration to our urban farmland. We need to solve the disconnect between investing in our mature neighborhoods while watching those schools close and while new neighborhood schools are bursting. We need to ensure our ducks are in a row with downtown revitalization. Not only do we need, in my mind, eyes and feet on the street 24/7, people living downtown, but we need a plan to actively attract more corporate business into our downtown. And we need to balance it all: urban growth, densification, downtown revitalization, while being sensitive to the strains being placed on our drainage and sewer services. We simply cannot view raw sewage in people's basements as acceptable. We need to ensure that the people making the decisions and the people doing the work and the people paying the bills are all pulling in the same direction. We need a way to avoid work being done once, twice, 3 times. Can we get it better coordinated? We have perceived disconnects in the community consultation process. People are not feeling heard. What is the right balance between citizens owning, operating, and maintaining our own assets versus outsourcing and using competitive bid processes? When and what is appropriate and or in our best long-term interests? How can we strike the right accord and foster friendships between Edmonton and other communities within our capital region? How do we differentiate between people who want to do the right thing and people who just want to look or sound good? Ladies and gentlemen, we have so many interest groups, lobby groups, political parties, so many agendas. Somewhere along the line, I have come to believe the people have been lost. Somehow, we need to get it together. Somehow, we all need to start pulling together. Ultimately, we need to ensure there is no disconnect between the people and our government. When you cast your vote, please choose consciously and well. Your city, council, any level of government is not just a business trying to manage finances or make contract awards. It is about people, and it is about representative government within a framework of democracy, something I could not believe in more. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. It's time. Citizens of Ward 2, find a voice that best represents you. If you have read my background, you will know that I have already proven myself as someone who is not afraid to put their money where their mouth is, or to stand up for what I believe in. I have stood up, I am standing up, and I will stand up. You deserve no less. I will never pretend to be an expert or to have all the answers. I will always engage you, listen thoughtfully to your point of view, be willing to explore new ideas, do my own research. Most of all, I will fight to protect your interests. I will serve you to my fullest. I really do like to get things done. Nita Jalkanen, candidate for Ward 2, I would be honored to be your voice. Questions are always welcome. Every one of these that you see in Edmonton in Ward 2 is on private property at the property owner's request or permission. Nita Jalkanen, each voice, each step, each vote counts.